I'm Metz. I am an artist based in Hull and I'm part of the YSI Sculpture Network. I'm connected to the Makerspace, which I use for making and fabricating and testing out and prototyping my work. And there's also a community of makers there. I'm currently in Hull Artist Research Initiative, which is an artist-led space where I come to work and test out how my assembled sculptures will work in a space and experiment with things like projection. Most of my work is focused around this idea of twisting of the body that comes from neurodivergence. So either motor tics, which are uncontrollable movements from Tourette's, or I'm quite interested in stimming, which is kind of repetitive, self-soothing movements. And all of my sculpture, my recent works has been exploring that, looking at twisting in time and space and trying to make works that are layered and that demonstrate rotation and movement around. All of the sculptures that were in the recent exhibition at the Art House are connected to this idea of torsion and twisting of the upper body and movement through the spine, and particularly movement that causes pain and movement that's really stigmatized as well. So if I have tics when I'm out or stim and stuff, I can get a lot of judgment. So in the sculptural works, I really wanted to just kind of celebrate ephemeral movement, and the works are kind of really layered. And so I've created sections in the CAD drawing of the work that kind of have a rotation so that the plane shifts. And I'm interested in animation as well. So I kind of saw the sculptural works as being almost like frames in an animation, moving through space and time. And that helped me to think about how I would demonstrate a movement in a single snapshot. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do with the wooden work. I work with the process of drawing from performance, which I then sometimes turn into animations, but also convert into kind of CAD drawings, which allows me to fabricate them in different ways. So in the Makerspace, I will laser cut the work. That's normally smaller scale work. And then the work behind me has been fabricated at jute makes in Leeds, which allows you to kind of CNC mill work, which is a much bigger scale. Where I want to take my work now is, I felt the works that I made were almost designed something to be revered, which doesn't really suit with my ideas of participatory practice in co-production. So what I want to do now is create objects that are made with other people that you can handle in the space. So what I'm working on now is that I create large-scale objects that are co-produced with other neurodivergent people, but that you can activate. And through doing that, it informs your choreography, so your own movement as an audience member. So objects that encourage arrangement, for instance, so arranging objects, which is something that's very prevalent in neurodivergent people, systematizing and arranging. Not all, but I'm interested in it. Or objects that encourage being touched in a certain way that kind of encourages stimming actions. So it's when you interact with them, you're enacting a choreography and performing, but without having to be a confident performer in a way.